Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a garage door update. Not really much has changed with the doors and the main openers that I'm using. I still have the Sears 139.654 um, up here, uh, but and the same doors obviously. But I've been messing around with a few things. As of right now, you'll see the video for this Genie. Hopefully that will be out before this. I was thinking of putting something else up tonight, but I'm just gonna leave this up here for a little bit longer. Have a whole bunch of heads that I'm gonna do, and I'll kind of show off a lot of that stuff as we go. But everything here on the floor, this is all stuff I'm gonna be doing teardowns of. These three heads. That Craftsman's going to someone. And then the 1280 I need to go put on the shelf. But I do have all of those right there. I also got this Lanier. Sadly, the control board on this one's fried, which that really stinks because this is a really nice machine. I also have the belt rail for it up there. But I've been hanging rails up here, getting them off the floor. I'm just going to break down some of these. There's a T-rail that I'm going to break down, a couple more. There's a square railer that I'll probably scrap. But I have all these rails up here for the time being. Don't exactly know. I think I got my belt rail up there. I don't know where it is. That might be out in the shed, actually. But I got the rail up there for the power lift, the Franken drive, Stanley rail, and the square belt rail. So I got those up there, and then this Genie I'll probably hang up with the head attached up here next. Because I think I have two more hooks left, and I'll probably get more. I might start putting up more rails going along this way. Maybe I'll start hanging them back here going long ways. I haven't decided yet, but for now, that's what all the storage is going on right here. Mostly I just want to have a couple rails for a few different types of heads, and then everything else can just kind of be in storage. I've gotten a lot more ops recently. Some of these are new. There's a OHD Legacy. I have a rail for that. It's just not here right now. I don't know exactly what's wrong with this. I also got another light cover for it since this one's knackered. So hopefully getting that one working, because that's one I'd like to show. I know a lot of people have those now, but they're one of my favorites. Power lift. I was going to get a video of this one, and I started getting all these openers. So this is going to be a while because it needs some work done to the relay. This is a new Sears. I won't talk about this until I make a video of it. Same with that Sears there. And I also have a parts head for that. This is one of those weird OHD things that would have had like a tube rail. These are strange. This one's kind of screwed up. I actually have remotes and sensors for this, but this one has all sorts of issues. So I'm probably just going to do a teardown. So I'll actually probably take this off the shelf, add it to the teardown pile, and put another head up here. There's an LDO 50, 1265. I actually got some parts for that 1265, so I'm probably going to get that one fixed up. That needs a gear kit, and that LDO 50 also needs a gear kit, and eventually I'll show the Allomatic. This might actually be one of the next ones I show, since I have the rails over there on the floor. Oops, this logo is just kind of popping off. But, yeah. And there's all that. I got that Craftsman head there. It's all parted out. I got this Genie. I have a rail for it. I didn't mess with it because I didn't have rate sensors at the time. I finally got some more Genie sensors, so I'll probably go ahead and get this one going again, get a video of it. Craftsman screw drive. Need a coupler for that. There's the other Craftsman belt drive. I've not tested or done anything with that. There's Challenger there. And that's I think the 3850 LiftMaster. Sadly has a fried board and a bad, bad transformer and a bad board. So that really stinks. That was one I was looking forward to hanging up here. I've wanted one of those for a while. And there's just a random Craftsman head down there that one of my friends gave me. We'll be parting that out. That head there, that was my custom belt drive. I've needed parts, I kind of parted that out. I might put it piece it back together so I can have it again. I'm not sure yet, but for the time being, it's like that, because I had to take the sprocket out of it to put it on the 1280, because I didn't have a proper square tooth sprocket. I got one of those now, so I'll probably put that back on it and then take the gear off and put it on this, or maybe another head, but I need to do a bit more work to that Craftsman. So that's pretty much all I got with that. I have a whole bunch of parts and stuff. Special thanks to someone. And here's the thing, I have a whole bunch of parts. This tote here's full of remotes and wall stations. Those free bags are full of remotes and wall stations. I have a box full of wall stations and code pads. And I have a whole bunch of endless parts, safety sensors, all sorts of things. From a garage door company that went out of business. So I have all sorts of cool operator related products, or not products, but things. So if anyone wants to see any videos of going through some of these, let me know. Because I'm thinking I might do a video going through this tote, and then another video going through these 3 bags, and then I have a few boxes in the car, and a whole bunch of power heads. I won't show those yet, I'll wait for a bit later. But I have all those. And the recent update is, in with some of that stuff, is this kind of beat to death Sears remote. And I wanted to have kind of a more junkier remote like this to have on hand so I can throw it in the 0 turn. So when I go out and mow, I don't have to worry about one of my nice remotes. Because I don't think I had anything else. I had some universal remotes. I just didn't want to go through the hassle of programming them. But this does work with this opener. And it should probably adjust this a little bit, because it's not like square with the, not square, but plumb or whatever with the rail. Close this. I do want to run at least each door in this video, so I will do that. Put this section, put it over on. I'll do it here, and then we'll run this one up the OCS. We're gonna go outside. So I went through a lot of the stuff that was sitting here, or mowers and stuff, when I was hanging up the rails. So I put a lot of these back in here. I resituated some things now that I have some space from those rails being up there, and I stacked all the stand fans up there. I have a lot more room, so I fit, I think, 2 more push mowers in here. So now I have more room, and I'm hoping I can get another 2 push mowers in here, but I think those ones are actually going to go in the shed up on the shelf. I'll show that a bit later. But that's what this looks like. We're going to run this down with the code pad. This is normally where I use the remote, but the 373P, the battery in it stopped working. I have that one Craftsman remote, and then I also got the another remote somewhere, the 371 LM. And those are just kind of all over the place. And I don't know where they went, but actually one's in my dad's car, but that's locked. And then we'll show the Genie on the gate, on the shed here. I need to go through this because this ramp is warping upward and the doors are getting stuck. And the opener does struggle a little bit. Now, I have no plans on swapping this out just because I don't really want to mess with it. I'm thinking I will go ahead and at some point redo the whole hanging apparatus up there and get that a bit more nice so it's not, well, actually it's not as loose as I remember it being, but it's still a bit better, and I have proper hardware now. So in here, okay, I guess I did put that, nope, it's right here. So here's the newer style T-rail belt rail assembly. Here's the one with the square teeth, right there. Here's the rail for that Genie, and then this is a Challenger rail. And my goal is to get all these hanging up on the ceiling in the garage. So that's kind of what's going on with that. Thankfully I got all the power heads out of here. I have a light cover. But I'm going to try to get rid this area of garage door equipment. I have some punch angle and stuff over there. I have the rails for the Craftsman screwdriver hidden back there. But eventually I want to get a lot of that stuff gone. We'll close this up. So these 3 boxes contain some shelving units. And I'm going to be putting them... The goal is to put all the shelving units up here. Craftsman button. Oh, there is something else to show you up here, but I'll get to that. But anyway, I'm going to start clearing this out. I'm going to put a shelf along that wall there, and then another one from here to there. That one's going to be all these fan parts and pieces, and then another one here is just going to be garage door openers and stuff. Here's more of the stuff I got. These are a bunch of Genie light covers. And then that's a bunch of miscellaneous ones. Or maybe this is the LiftMaster one? No, this is the miscellaneous. So, a few cool things. There's a track drive cover here. A power lift cover. This one's actually in better condition than the one I have. It's less yellow. And there's a few other things, some Challengers and stuff in there. And some LMs. There is one in the car that's mostly LM light covers too. And I think I still have some more I need to pick up. But I now got a set for the 1265 and 1280R, so I can use those at some point. But eventually getting that cleared out over there. And the last update I did was I swapped out the wall buttons up here. Now I have a set of 41A 4166s, Chamberlain buttons here. I had just this one here. And then over here, I had the Craftsman panel. That one, actually, I don't know where the button pad went for that, but I have plenty of those. But I redid it, so now it's just these two. And I like the look of these. I like these buttons a lot for some reason. So that's going to be staying here until further notice. This one's a little bit on the dirty side. This is the other one I got. I can't remember where this one came from. I think I actually pulled this off of an opener that I tore out. Or maybe I did get this one from RB. I don't know. I've had this one for a while, though. So, that's been installed there. So, that's one of those things that I'm still working on. But I would like to show some more openers. I got a whole bunch more in the car, like I said, that I've yet to show. And some of them are in pretty rough condition. I think I'm going to start doing some resto videos on some and trying to see if I can get some of these old heads working again. But that's all I got to say for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and keep the breeze. There's going to be a lot of garage door content coming up on this channel, especially over the winter. And weather permitting, if it's not crazy cold out here, I'm going to be out here working on ops. So thank you very much for watching. Keep the breeze.